Dungeons & Drimbus is rated R for rude language, rough violence, and raunchy humor.
I do declare, here's what happened previously on Dungeons & Drimbus. The attorneys ride on. Jessica continues to grow ill, and they stumble upon more raised villages with the bone crown flag flapping in the wind. Deciding to charge on toward their destination, they eventually encounter more abominations, this time attacking a lion-like fellow. After dealing with the danger at hand, they discover it is Lion Hale, sent by Saxon to provide gear for the party. Not all of it survives, but they take what they can. Jessica flirts a bit, and they continue on. With the weather growing nastier and nastier, they decide to hole up in a cave for the night. Viper calls Lucky to share some information, as Barbara hears Hagatha in her head. Unable to move, she listens in horror, as Hagatha promises her the moon on a string, and Lep suddenly breaks into chaos as the moon falls from the sky. I do declare, Herrera is back in session.
The orb rotates, exposing the glass dome over Lep as the moon quite literally falls from the sky.
Oh no.
Fuck.
You watch in horror as it plummets beyond the horizon. Blinking in disbelief, you glance up at the sky. A more distant, brighter moon has become revealed as the moon falls out of the sky, as if the impossible sight you just witnessed never took place.
What's going on? What the fuck? Did the moon just fall out of the sky?
No, the moon didn't fall.
Do not try to gaslight me, bitch! I just watched that moon fall out of the fucking sky!
Grizz, I'm not trying to gaslight.
It's not just me, right? Right? Like you guys, you saw that, right?
Not the moon! The actual moon is still there.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay.
What, the moon? Gary,
I know.
The moon!
The moon, yeah.
And she runs out and throws herself into the snow, and you just see like steam coming out of the snow.
I think she needs a moment. Wait, Barbara, how did you know that Hagatha had the moon?
Oh, okay. I don't be mad. I couldn't do anything in the moment.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. You were on the phone, and then
Barbara, just tell me, what?
Haggy started talking to me in my head. She was in my head.
Oh, fuck.
But it was definitely, it was totally her. It was so her.
What was she saying to you?
She was saying, the things that she says, I miss you, and blah, 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 very manipulative. And then, but then she said, I didn't answer. I didn't say anything. I was like, I was like, I'm just gonna silent treatment. And then Jess started talking to me. But then she ended the call, or I guess it was like a call in my head. And she said, Bob, I for you, I would give you the moon on a string. And then the moon just crashed. And then the moon just crashed.
From the snow you hit, the moon crashed.
All right, I'm no expert, but this seems like grandiose gestures of affection, a little love bomby to me.
It's all part of a fucking plan. It's all just part of a stupid. I'm just the cog in this fucking wheel that she has. All right, it's
Barbara,
not.
has she ever spoken to you before or tried to, like this?
No, not that I can remember. Can I roll a history if she ever did it in the early days? But
yeah, roll a history check. And give me an insight check as well.
All right. History was a 6. Insight was a 23, so,
Okay, so you do not recall anything like this ever happening to you. However, with that insight, because you know Hagatha so well, you know that despite how perhaps menacing that might have been to a bystander, as someone who knows her well, that was the shakiest you have ever heard her. You can tell that she was fishing with that one, and that perhaps she was betting on information that she was not entirely certain of.
This was definitely a reach for her. I think she's very surprised that I've been able to withstand this.
Right.
For this long. Definitely. If she was the one to pull down the fucking moon, that was a very strong, impulsive.
It's a very mean thing to do. Very mean.
Yes, thank you, Thomas. Yeah. Very mean thing to do. But it gets it's a very strong message.
It is. That one is gonna be in the books for sure.
Yeah, I think she's scared, guys.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There's a possibility that with her plan, whatever intricacies it might have, that she always imagined she would have you for them.
Aww, guys!
But also in a way that she probably, parts of the plan were meant for you to carry out, and now she doesn't have you.
I know she wants me back, but I don't know.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Is it possible that she does know what you're doing, where you are right now?
Like right now?
If she did know, we would be dead already.
Right, why wouldn't she have attempted to come get Barbara herself already? Because she would control her if she could, and if it was fully up to Hagatha, she'd already have Barbara back if she knew where she was. There's nothing in it for her to wait.
Well, maybe she's using Barbara as a secret hidden surveillance for us, because we're the only ones trying to stop her.
I agree with you, but I'm saying that if she, had a tracker or something in Barbara, there's no reason that we would have made it this far without trouble there.
Right.
I think you think Hagatha strikes bluntly, but she's very sneaky.
Well, yeah, but even if it was for, kidnapping or whatever, if she knows our location, she would have done something with it by now.
Maybe something's going wrong on the back end, guys. Maybe she's really getting desperate.
You don't think Hagatha's always a step ahead of us? This could be just part of a plan. While we were distracted, she just took down the moon.
Right.
Mr. Mogbile, I think you're right, but let's look at it this way. If she is using Barbara as a spy, then she already knows our entire plan.
Yeah.
So as fucked up as that is, and she points out to the moon, she goes, I think we just gotta keep going.
What's interesting to me is that Figglesbottom was there. Who has his phylactery?
Lep.
Yeah, see, there it is. If that just failed, that means Figglesbottom died, and so did his phylactery.
Or he escaped with it.
Maybe.
Because Lep is incompetent as usual, and that's what happens when you leave them to do the job. It's better you do it yourself.
I know that that's the only experience you have,
Yeah,
but
that's all I needed to see.
I understand, yes, they've made mistakes, yes, they probably look like oafs to you, but that's a new development.
With all due respect, whether Lep was good or terrible or organized or not, and she looks up at the sky again, I don't think any of that matters anymore. So, what are we going to do? Does the resident god have any thoughts?
Bahamut.
Dearest Bahamut.
No, not you.
No.
Bahamut, any thoughts?
We must continue with this plan at all costs. Do you not agree?
Completely agree. Yes, we have to continue with the plan at all costs.
I also agree, Bahamut. Love you. Kisses.
Is anyone else feeling weird under the weather, kind of?
Nope.
Well, I'm feeling fucking crazy as hell, but...
Honey, you can come back inside now.
She, drags herself inside and sits down.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I do it all the time.
I don't understand how much worse this can get.
It's okay.
Gary, look, I don't know if it's safe to have Barbara with us or not, but you and I, we gotta keep going. We gotta get Cal.
Of course I'm going, hun. I wasn't sure if we should go with Barbara, but Monique is right. She's been with us the whole time, so they would already know anything.
Listen, if we couldn't trust Barbara right now, I think she would have left, right? She's still here. And if Hagatha's control over her was as absolute as we are all afraid of, I don't think she would be.
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna leave you. Barbara, you're fine. Everybody else, maybe cover your faces because of Miss Feltcher.
Yeah, Barbara, I think it's a good idea for you to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, no, I can't really get sick. Found that out a while ago, so I got her.
All right.
She's gonna pee. I'm gonna take her to pee. It's she hasn't peed in a while, so just give us a second.
Yeah, all right.
We'll be right back.
No worries.
And we hear Barbara dragging Jessica's body out into the snow. As soon as they leave the cave, Chrisabeth looks at you, Gary, and she goes, okay, look, I trust Barbara as a person as far as the stuff that she's in control of. I don't know how much I trust her to maintain control, and in that interest, I think if we're still planning on splitting up when we go in to do our different tasks, use Barbara to the best of our advantage, but I don't want her on the mission to go find Cal. I don't want anything that could compromise his safety.
Okay.
And it's not like nothing against her, you know. It's
No,
just-
you bring up a good point, but it's like Viper was saying, why wouldn't she get control now? Does she have like power growing or something, and she will be able to control her?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know, Gary. I don't know what the right decisions are here.
Okay, well, she would already know our plans if she was surveillance, so might as well stick together for that. But you're right, she could lose control during the mission, so God, who can keep Barbara in check?
Just gotta be careful. All right, well, the horses are resting. Why don't we all take a chance to rest? It's almost nighttime and we'll head fresh, yeah?
Right, yeah. I suppose we could start using the stone.
Yep.
Do you mind if I go first?
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, Gary will just get some ripped up cloths from leftover crates and try to make some face coverings for people.
Yeah. So you all spend the night sharpening your weapons and making masks and getting ready, and you rest. So you may all long rest.
I assume I don't get to long rest or.
You can long rest. However, take an additional -1 to all of your stats.
Oh.
Woof.
Gary, Elizabeth, Monique, Viper, all of you roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Thank God for the masks. 23.
18 for Viper.
Very nice. You all awake in the morning. Elizabeth going, Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Barbara, how's Jessica? How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Jess. Jessica. Wakey, wakey, bud. How you doing?
You see Jessica is wrapped in the blanket still, but despite that, she's sweating but also shivering despite being near the fire. I don't feel so well.
Guys, I don't want to jump the gun, but I feel like we should just give her the cure at this point, no?
Do we have an extra? I thought we gave the vial to the soldiers of the solstice.
Why did I think we had one?
Well, someone has one. But,
Oh.
it would be a crazy olive branch. Not gonna. It would be a beautiful moment. We don't have to make it a big deal.
How many days till we supposed to get to the Spire? Is Monique asleep?
Monique is still asleep. She has not woken up.
Okay.
Oh, Monique,
You call her name, she does not respond.
can I, shake her shoulder a little bit?
You shake her and she goes,
Oh,
Oh, good morning.
okay.
Hey.
There we go. How you feeling, Monique?
Oh, like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack?
Yeah. Okay. I'll wait to see if more symptoms show up, but yeah.
Listen, I don't want to, push you, Gary, in any sort of way, but if we want the best chance at saving Calvin today as we can get, I don't think that Jessica can do much in her current state without the cure.
Right. Well, I only have one vial,
Right?
and Monique is pretty damn useful, I'd say.
Correct. But today, she isn't in as bad a state as Jessica.
No, but tomorrow she will be.
Right. I'm merely saying I don't know if tomorrow we won't only have, 5 people. You know what I'm saying?
Gary shrugs.
Gary, I understand, and I'm not gonna argue, but I just want to make sure that the choices we're making are the choices in Calvin's best interest.
100%. A world without Jessica is good for Calvin. Yeah.
One less person to help rescue him is not great, is all I'm trying to express.
Well, you're telling me either Monique or Jessica. I mean,
Well, Jorgen's bringing cure for the soldiers, isn't he?
Yeah, so I am not arguing with you. I understand that a world without Jessica is safer for Calvin, absolutely. But in this world that we are in right now, the world where Calvin is still a hostage, we need all hands on deck.
Yeah, and to be fair, look, I might just be a little sick because of the cold. Either way, I'm gonna be okay. And no offense, Miss Feltcher, but I'm a hell of a lot tougher than she is.
Who's tough? What?
Are you saying Jessica's gonna die tomorrow?
She can hardly walk now. You think she's going to be able to be with our gang to split up and be good on stealth and be helpful against Hagatha?
Well, Monique will barely be able to walk tomorrow if we let hers progress.
But I will be able to walk. If Jessica does not get cured now, she'll be totally useless. As opposed to two kind of useful people.
I mean, Monique, if you really don't want it.
Look, as long as we get this shit done, I don't care what happens to me. And I think maybe having Jessica useful might help us get this shit done. But hey, if you want to give me the cure, I'm not gonna fight you on that either.
I just think that if we don't give it to Jessica, we're basically guaranteeing one less person.
I agree with that.
You know, I'm curious what Thomas/Bahamut thinks.
Oh, this hurts to say. I think we do need to give Jessica the cure.
Wow.
Unfortunately, just because we need her more. No offense, Monique.
We need her more?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Probably stronger.
Really? Monique just said that she's stronger, and that's
Arm
why.
wrestle.
I think physical strength versus like magic strength. You know, it just depends on what we're looking for to balance out the group entirely. You know.
Right. Which one you value more?
Hey, look, let's just make this simple. Let's take a vote, okay? And then we need to get on the road because it's Saturday morning and we gotta do this shit tomorrow, okay?
Let's just get on the road and I'll decide on our way there.
Gary, it's not your cure to decide with.
It's my vial.
All right, Gary, so your vote is for Monique, correct?
I'm not sure. I wanted to hear what the God of Justice had to say.
Okay, look, I mean, we don't have to, no offense, Bahamut, inside of me, we don't have to rely on him to make these decisions on our own. Eventually...
I'm just curious. He's with us.
Eventually, Bahamut will not be there to help us, and we need to start figuring shit out on our own.
Don't say that, Bahamut. He didn't mean it. Your guiding hand will always be important to me.
Look, I owe quite a bit to Bahamut, of course, but I think kind of the point of this whole thing is that, like, we need to continue on, sometimes without him, you know? Although I would love Bahamut's opinion on this if he does have one, if he wanted to, but, you know, on a more, I don't know, meta sense.
Thomas, one day you will look back and you will realize that there was not only one set of footprints in the sand walking beside you.
Well, if we're being honest, your opinion is my opinion. We are kind of one, although for the moment at least, it manifests in two different voices a little bit.
So you all should be asking my opinion, huh?
Yeah, basically. But if I have to give you my opinion, whatever helps us stop Tiamat from arising, it is important that Jessica faces justice, and her being alive would be the best way to do that. However, the injustices that Tiamat would bring to this world are far worse than anything she has done or could do. So whatever will help us stop that will be justice in and of itself.
Right. Well, I'm sorry, Monique. On behalf of myself and Bahamut, which counts as 2 votes, I picked Jessica.
That's fine. I vote Jessica.
I vote Jessica.
I vote whatever Gary votes, which I'm assuming is gonna be Monique.
Do I get a vote? I vote Monique.
Oh, girly.
She finger flutters.
Yeah.
and Jessica will try to like lift up her arm to finger flutter back, but it's like more of like a twitching.
Yeah. So that's 3 votes Jessica, 2 votes, 3 votes Monique. I guess it comes down to Barbara. I know how much she loves being the tiebreaker in these situations.
That's so fucking rude. I mean, I know this won't be a surprise, but I'm really basing it off of what I think we need for the group. For the sake of today, I would say, yeah, give it to Jess.
All right.
Can't believe I'm doing this. He just hands the vial to Grisabeth and like walks away.
She like goes to grab your hand, but you've already walked away before she can. She goes, "Oh, Bahamut," and she walks
Grizz,
over.
I would give it to Barbara to give to her, just so you don't have to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Here you go, Bob.
Sure, thanks. And Bob is gonna uncork the vial.
Don't spill it. Careful. Roll a dexterity saving throw as you walk over to Jessica with the vial.
Do you really want me to do that?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even know what that means. I'm just...
I was like, where did that come from, Chris?
Sorry, I got possessed by Bahamut.
Oh no, he's going inside of everybody these days. Jesus.
I want to be possessed by Bahamut.
Oh.
Bahamut, my body is willing.
And as Jessica is talking and her mouth is open, Barbara's gonna just pour that shot right down the hatch. There you go. Go ahead. You can do it. It's a small one. You've taken worse. There you go.
Tastes like raspberries.
It is almost like a shot, like you feel the warmth go down your throat and trail through you as it begins to circulate. And you feel some of that mind fog clear. Your stats do not change quite yet, but you find that you have, after a couple of minutes, slightly firmer grip on your faculties and may begin to improve over time.
The square root of the hypotenuse is
All right. Onward?
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna ride in the back. Somebody give me a
I can drive. Yeah.
Wait, Monique, what if we kiss?
Okay.
Then some
All
of
right.
the cure from my tongue will be on your tongue.
Clearly, it's gonna take a second for it.
I don't think that's how the antibodies would work. I think you need the
Yeah.
full dose, but maybe once you're better, I could like drink your blood.
Yeah, if that works that way.
And Jessica just kind of holds out her wrist like, why wait?
Okay.
Open me up,
All right,
sis.
all right.
Barbara's gonna take Jess and kind of just like carry her out and be like, all right, we're moving. Let's
Yeah.
go. Come on.
Grisabeth has gone ahead of you all to like go catch up to Gary, and she goes, Mr. Mogbile,
Yeah.
you being the grumpy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Honey, you better not get sick. That was my only vial.
I won't. And plus, Jorgen's coming, right? Have you checked in with him at all?
I guess I should, huh? Hey, Jorgen.
You see there's actually already a message when you pull out the iMail.
Oh, okay. He already wrote something. What is it?
And you see a message in Jorgen's handwriting that says, Hi, Ray. We've gathered the cure and are heading out. Do we meet you at Mount Heartland, or should we go somewhere else?
Okay. I'm gonna use the stone to radio Soldiers of the Solstice.
Yep. You radio in and you hear Saxon answers. He says,
Yeah.
Sir, this is Eli. I've got a word from Jorgen in the Kingdom of Longreach. They're headed out. They're asking if they meet you at Mount Heartland or somewhere else.
It's been hitting us pretty hard.
Damn.
We're not feeling our best.
Okay, well, they've got cure ready. They could just come to you now.
That would be ideal, but it might slow down your reinforcements.
I'm not sure what a cure on the day of is gonna do. I think everybody's still gonna be pretty weak.
That's fair. I trust your judgment. We're taking the same path you did, so if you want to send them ahead, just tell them to make it to the Mount Heartland and keep on heading past.
Okay.
They can link up with us, and then we can travel together to you. But if you need their reinforcements sooner, then use them.
Okay, if they link up with you, we're gonna expect a delay in your arrival, is that what you mean?
Most likely.
How much?
Couple of hours. Probably won't get there until the beginning of the meeting.
I think I can live with that.
Alright, are you all doing okay?
We've got a couple of ill people here, but we're fine.
Stay strong.
Okay, I'll, make my decision and I'll let you know.
Very well.
Okay, I'm out.
May you find your way.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it might do a little bit of benefit, but it seems like it's a whole lot of extra traveling for an army to do just to give someone a little bit of cure that they're going to get a few hours later anyways. I say just have them both meet us at Mount Heartland.
Makes sense to me. Gary writes in the rubber paper, Hey, Jorgen, it's Ray. How are you? Hope you are well. Continue with the plan. Meet the Soldiers of the Solstice at Mount Heartland.
Jorgen says, I am well. Hope you are too? ?
We're okay.
Do you need to talk?
You know, it all started when I was 5 years. No, we're fine.
Smiley face. We believe in you, Ray.
Good luck. Yeah. And then he's going to radio in, this is Eli to Soldiers of the Solstice. Continue with the plan. You're going to meet the Soldiers of Longreach at Mount Heartland.
Understood.
Eli, out.
All right, let's get a move on. Can I drive?
Oh, sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. She gets off the sled and comes back around. She goes, oh, hold up. And she bends down and picks something up.
And you see from the snow, she grabs some fabric. It's purple, with a bone crown. Well, half a bone crown.
You see, this flag has been shredded by something at least resembling claws. It is burnt and battered, and on it, in red, you see a symbol resembling a small bear's paw.
Yeah, it's the bear man.
What?
I thought so. As soon as you said claws, I said, it's the fucking bear man. Yep, okay.
Who the fuck's a bear? What's a
Bear
bear
man?
man?
It's the bear man. He's a vigilante.
Oh, I think I remember you talking about that guy.
He helped us, but not on purpose against an abomination. Like, he was fighting it and then got banished on accident.
It wasn't a banishment, let's be clear. It was more of an accidental teleportation.
Yes. I don't know if he's going to take this as Jessica doing this.
Probably.
So, just keep an eye out, because he might be hostile, thinking that Jessica's been going around.
Great, so everything wants to kill us.
I don't know for sure. Just keep an eye out. But, essentially, we're on the same side here with Bearman.
Does Bearman have magic powers?
He gives more of like a hunter-rogue kind of vibe.
Oh, well, that sounds like the lamest superhero ever.
I don't know.
Not even a superhero. Just like an insanely rich guy with nothing better to do, so he just goes around in tights and doing kung fu.
Well, I don't know. I think part of the magic of this bear man, who I just heard about for the first time, is that he could be anyone.
Well, then he's just a hero, not a superhero. I mean, I do that shit.
And you're super in my heart.
All right. Well, he sounds like a reasonable gentleman. I'm sure we can calm him down.
I hope that's the case.
Okay. Onward?
Onward.
Great.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah!
We're halfway there. This is the halftime ad with Daddy G.
Oh my god. Scruffles? Scruffess? Scrufflets? What are you all doing here? Nicky always told me you were a trained fighter, Scruffles, but I didn't think he meant it quite so literally. Now, to get out of this trunk, it seems like the car's stopped. Huh? You saw Gaddy D stopping for cigarettes? Ugh, nasty habit. Don't smoke, kids. Anywho, let's get out before they come back. Oop, here's the emergency escape latch. Convenient. Oh God. What happened out here? Everything is crumbling. I guess Gaddy was right. The end times are coming. There's gotta be something we can do to stop this. Oh, darn litter bugs. Even at the end of the universe, you can't help but throw your crap out the car window, Huh? What is this? Your Honor Finale Bingo? Sheets available for free at patreon.com/Drimbus. Play along with the cast during next week's big movie-length finale. It sounds like a blast, but there's no time. Quick, Scruffs! Let's hide by that porta-potty near the bushes and call for help. Alright, let's see, Oh, man. I don't have enough time to call everyone one by one. We gotta move! Let's just make a big old group video call and see who answers. Calling all the patrons. Jerry Benetatos, Queso Loco, Greta Beignet, Alex Escapes My Ass, Ace Andrews, Regina Russell, Sam Olivos, Jordan Cobb, The Unnamed Rogue, MB Star, Doubtful Cast, Michael Richters, Davis Walden, Denny Dewdrop, Mythmouse, Callie Wolf, Brandon M. Bishop, Bridge, Twiglets, Joanna, Stan Sitzman, Scrambles the Death Dealer, Aaron Adams, Nathan Mesner, Ruth Ananos, Melissa Rain, Sensational, But to Plenty, Normally Me, Dane Kohlhoff, Loon, Faust the Heavenly Demonic Monster, David Carlton, Tracy Baby, Elastic Band, Hoodie Gang Sheep, Luke Vermin, MV Carr, Vico Cocorico, Alyssa Barron, Jan, the Scottish Alpaca, and Kiara Bouye. What? It didn't even ring! Oh, scrubs. I fear this may be even worse than I anticipated. Do you think all the Drimbus bonus content is gone? Oh no, it's right here. Ooh, check out this week's After the Drimbus, where the cast discussed the big old moon-sized surprise. Ooh, let's listen while we run for our very lives.
How long did it take you to get what was going on with the moon?
Amanda found it out pretty quick.
Well, as soon as you said moon on a string, I said, oh fuck.
I have had that written in my notes in like big bold letters for months.
You dick.
For months, I had the words moon on a string.
It's such a weird thing to say. For you to put the moon on a string. I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
No, that's the thing?
Yeah, it's like a romantic, like...
Yeah, there's like an old time croon song.
Moon on a string.
Daniel Scholl, Moon on a String.
But then there's also in the now Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart goes, Mary, I'll lasso the moon for you, Mary, and I'll bring it down for you.
Yeah.
That's all Haggy was doing?
That's all she was doing.
She's just Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, it's just romantic.
It's a bouquet of flowers.
Wow. You know what? You're right. I'm going to take her back, guys. Thanks so much for talking me into it. That's really good. Thank you.
Even at the end of the world, I love me some bonus content. That'll keep us entertained for at least half the run. What do you mean, where are we running to? Scruffs, this is it. The end times are here. There's only one place I could possibly fathom going at the end of it all. I need to be with my son.
As you journey on and near the end of your long days of traveling, images of bone-crowned flags in your mind, you finally see the spires.
Yeah.
Mount Heartland, now massive and looming, bears a faint orange outline from the descending sun, as you've been traveling for most of the day. A stark contrast to the turbulent storm brewing overhead. The skies are gray and lightning shoots down all around you as hail strikes the snow-covered earth. It is cold and wet and loud and unpleasant. Perhaps a 20-minute ride northeast, you see the spire that Saxon spoke of. A ways off the trail, but towering high in an optimal position to overlook the roads. It's hard to make out through the storm, but you see a faded, winding path that might be able to take you up the spire.
I think I see a path. Let's travel it, but keep your eye out in case there's anyone else in the spire.
Keep your voice down. Keep your voice down.
Oh,
We're
I know,
really
it's
close.
storming. How can you hear me if I'm not?
I'm right next to you.
And you see, like, you look down and she's right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God, have I been feeling like my stats are changing? Or
You feel your stats go back to -1 instead of -2.
Okay.
You get the feeling it might be, say, 24 hours before they can change again.
Gotcha.
As we go up the path, Viper would like to cast Pass Without Trace once more.
Marvelous. So great idea. Again, we see the smoke come out because Beth goes, "Oof," and you begin your march up the spire, and the weather becomes more and more volatile. The sled goes over a rough patch of snow-covered rock, tipping and turning. Tony, Megan, and Popcorn winning as Tony nearly tumbles off the edge of the path.
No!
Tony!
You see his hooves glow enough for him to, like, put himself back on, and they look back toward you. As it becomes exceedingly clear, you will have to travel the rest of the way on foot.
What?
The path is too narrow. I don't think all three of them are gonna fit through here.
Do you think 2 of them will? Should we put one of them in the snow globe?
I think only one would fit safely because it gets even skinnier up ahead.
All right, or should we keep Tony out since he can fly?
It's Popcorn can too, that both of them can.
Oh, true.
So
That's
should we just put Meg away then?
Yes.
Meg? I'm gonna put you in here so that you don't have to worry about the snow and the path, and then as soon as we're there, then you're going to come back out.
She gives a suspicious look at the snow globe and then back at you.
I know.
And she, like, nods her head, like, waiting for you to shake it so she could look at it.
I shake it.
She looks at it, she goes, "What?" And then she starts twerking.
What? blah, 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 blah.
Okay, and then I will put her in the snow globe.
Yeah, and you shake the snow globe, and now you see a tiny Meg, like, shaking that ass in the snow globe.
Double shake.
Oh, well, okay, what supplies do we have? Do we need to take anything from this sled?
Don't forget the invisibility cloaks. Oh my god, where are they? Where are they?
She starts patting the sled.
Oh my god, Gary, help me find them. Oh my.
Don't worry, I left them in the.
All right, let's just pass one to everybody so they can...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, everybody tie it around your waist like a little
That's
sweater.
a good idea.
What? Now nobody has hips. What's going on? Those hips are lying. Okay.
Tony and Popcorn start, like, levitating and come over to, like, make it easier for you guys to pack up.
I start loading a little bit in their saddlebags.
You load them up, and then they do, like, a barrel roll. They flip in the air and then kind of get in line behind you guys floating.
All right, we're gonna move forward now.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you.
The winds batter you, the snow chills you, and thunder shakes your bones as lightning seems to strike continually all around. You don't think you've ever seen lightning strike in the same place so often. Everybody give me a dexterity check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Barb got a 9.
Woof.
19.
23.
Jessica rolled a 2 each time, and with her stats currently the way they are, it's a 1.
But not natural.
Not natural.
You're just a dirty one.
Yeah.
You finally reach the precipice of the spire. You grip on the ledge and pull yourself up as a pulsing pain suddenly shoots through you all. You each take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Ow! What the hell?
What?
Most of you have the good sense to stay quiet, aside from Monique and Jessica, who let out pained cries.
Oh.
And as you do,
Oh no.
you soldier through the painful burst, dragging yourselves up onto the plateau, and notice an odd figure standing amidst the storm. There seem to be a series of large rounded crystals aligned and suspended in a webbing-like material. And standing there in front of it, you see the all too familiar sight of an abomination staring right at you. Roll for initiative.
23.
22.
9.
Tommy time. 14.
Barb got a fucking 3.
First up is the abomination. Seeing you guys crawling up, it is gonna run up, bring its fists up in the air, and just slam it down on Gary's head. Oh fuck, does a 13 hit?
Nope.
What about an 18?
Nope.
What the hell? Slams into the snow, lets out a... However, as it slams, you look up at it, kind of let out a laugh, Gary. Please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 1.
Oh no!
Gary, you take 36 necrotic damage, and you are frightened as you feel your kind of clawed fingers just dig into the ledge and kind of freeze you in place.
Gary, you okay?
Viper, it is your turn as you think you see Gary almost tremble slightly.
Okay, so the abomination running up to us is now in melee range, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will then do 2-weapon fighting, bam bam, with my now magical daggers, and can apply sneak attack damage to the first attack if it hits.
Do it.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Woo! 8 initial piercing, 33 sneak attack damage for a total of 41.
And because your weapons have now been sharpened on the magical whetstone, it does the full 41 points of damage. Describe how you slice through it.
So now that I know my daggers are magical, I feel even more confident against this creature. And I slash one dagger across its chest. I bring up the other, and I attempt to bring it across in the opposite direction to make an X, kind of like Monique did, because I thought it looked really cool.
And you see some of that smoke dissipate off of it.
Natural 20.
For what?
For my second attack.
That was one attack?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay, roll double damage.
Okay, so So since I don't get sneak attack on this one, it's not as devastating, but I still do 12 damage.
Yeah, you carve through it, you see a bunch of that energy fly off of it, and then you bring yourself up to your knees on the ledge, take the dagger, and then drive it into its center, and actually push it through out to the other side and reach around and grab it as it falls out of its bag.
That's really cool.
Next up is Gary. You are frightened.
Gary is frightened, and then he closes his eyes, thinks of poor Calvin, where he could be, and he's going to open his eyes, and there will be flames where his pupils are, and he's going to enter a rage.
Nice.
That will cancel the frightening or suspend it for the duration of the rage.
Whoa, that's sick. Okay,
That's awesome.
we see your eyes literally harden with resolve, almost black like a shark.
And with that, he's going to run up and try to attack it with the rapier. That's 18.
That hits.
That's 15.
That does not hit.
Dang. The rage does 12. The rapier attack is 9.
So, everyone, since we are all kind of huddled together, you all take 12 damage as this burst of energy flies out of Gary. Much like the abomination, however, Gary's eyes have hardened with resolve. You draw the rapier and take half a step towards the abomination since it is right there, and we hear the sound of the rapier scraping against the stone on the ground. You're as it like bends almost 180 degrees backwards. As you bring it up and it comes off the ground, the blade flicks out and slices through the abomination. It staggers back, and it is already looking like it is maybe close to a third of its original bulky size. As you see the energy flowing off of it, it seems almost confused as it looks around, unsure how it is losing this fight so quickly. Thomas, it is then your turn.
Okay, before I do this, let me just ask, when the time comes, will you let us know when it's like our final rest? Like, this is your last rest before like the final battle or whatever?
Here's what I can tell you, because your rests are up to you.
Right.
It is currently Saturday night. If you follow your original plan and wait until Sunday to infiltrate, you will presumably get one more rest. If for whatever reason you were to decide to like go in right now, then you will not have rest.
Which I don't think we are. Here comes the dragon.
What?
I'm going to call upon Bahamut.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, have you not seen this, Gary?
No, I know that move.
If we get another rest, like, there's no harm in doing this.
Yeah, I know, but you never know what John has planned.
No, that's true. I'm going to take the risk.
You see
It's
as
cool.
Thomas begins to climb up onto the ledge of the mountaintop, he puts one skeletal hand down, and you see the finger bones begin to elongate and curve up into a reptilian paw.
Oh, cool.
The other hand comes up and does the same thing. The forearms elongate. Wing bones begin to sprout out of his rib cage. His head turns into the shape of a large reptilian dragon. And you see this metallic blue skin begin to form around him as he becomes a large, but perhaps not full-size iteration of Bahamut. You hear Bahamut come free. He goes,
Yes, Thomas, yes. Yeah. This is good.
Jessica, you hear Bahamut's voice for the first time clearly. Thomas, what do you do?
All right, I want to use my lightning bolt attack.
Use it.
Huzzah! And I, with the might of justice, hurl a lightning bolt.
Okay,
With the
so
might of Zeus.
we see before the metal skin even finishes forming, you already see the lightning beginning to charge up in Thomas's chest. This thing absolutely fails its dexterity saving throw. Thomas, please roll 10d20.
Oh no, okay. I told you it was Tommy time.
That's not gonna hurt anyone around the abomination, is it?
It is 10 feet wide and 400 feet long, so as long as he's shooting forward, I think we're okay.
Okay.
It's not gonna like destroy the spire, is it?
128.
You let loose this lightning breath. And we just see this line shoot out from you now that you are at the top of the spire. The abomination disintegrates at the first touch of the lightning breath.
Oh god.
We see it fly through. It actually strikes Mount Heartland. And as you see this giant beam illuminating the sky, you see lightning bolts coming down, striking the tip top of the spire, striking the tip top of Mount Heartland, and this lightning breath kind of connecting them together as you are all blinded by this flash of light.
God! Viper hits the deck.
And Thomas releases the breath. You all look up. Literally, the storm clouds have partially parted where the breath was. They slowly begin to reform, and there is no sign of the abomination.
Well, that's that then, I guess.
I mean, yeah, we did.
I hope that doesn't draw any attention.
Yeah, that would be...
Thomas, are you just chilling in dragon form?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Jessica, you see the god of justice himself standing before you.
I'm like popping my pecs.
Gary's ragefully sapped out. He's in fear again as he looks, craning his neck a full 90 degrees up.
Jessica supplicates. She hits the deck. Her knees slam down into the ground as she bows before Bahamut and goes, "Oh, our Lord Bahamut, thank you for blessing us with your presence and getting rid of that wretched thing that we faced. You are a benevolent, great God indeed."
Oh, you're welcome, Jessica. Feel my bicep.
Okay. And Jessica will get up
And then make me a cheeseburger. Ha ha ha.
I don't know if I have access to the materials in which to do that. Will an illusion of a cheeseburger suffice? And Jessica will cast minor illusion to make a cheeseburger appear before Bahamut.
You fool! How dare you! Such insolence!
Oh no.
Bahamut will not forgive you.
Mr. Bahamut, sir, please, could we maybe not be in dragon form and speaking really loudly on top of a mountain right next to the secret base that we're about to infiltrate?
Fine.
It's very impressive, just,
Yeah, it's incredible.
There is no way someone did not see that.
I'll go back to Tommy time.
Jessica has sat down and brought her knees to her chest, and she's kind of whimpering, going "I'll not. Oh no, I'm upset.
I mean, luckily there was lightning before it happened, but that was quite the display. I think we should lay low for a bit.
Yeah, maybe we should put on our invisibility cloaks just in case.
That's a great idea, Grizz. Yes.
Okay.
Viper's gonna walk forward and start looking at the crystals.
Yeah, you walk up to the lenses, or the crystals, I should say, and you see that this webbing material has them all suspended and aligned such that you can look through them and it really amplifies whatever you're looking at.
Whoa.
And you can kind of tilt and push on the web to adjust and pan around and look at different areas. Okay, are you looking through them?
Yeah, I mean, especially what I would like to do is I'd like to make sure no one is suspicious about the giant bolt of lightning that just went through.
Okay, great. Are you saying anything to anyone before you look?
Yeah, I'm going to start whispering with the invisibility cloak on because it's stealth mode and be like, "Hey, I can look through these crystals."
What?
Wait, Gary, come here.
I can't hear you. There's a lot of lightning and hail.
Okay, I'm going to look through the crystals. It's like a telescope.
I'm just gonna go to you.
Okay, you come to me.
Okay.
You come to me.
Right. All right, well, no need to yell. I'm right here. What are you saying?
It's like a telescope.
Right.
I worry, does the light reflect where the crystals are looking? Is it safe to look and see if anyone that saw the lightning bolt is suspicious of the tower now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, take a look. Sure.
All right, I'll look. All right.
Roll another investigation check as you begin to pan around.
Is Gary helping me?
I can help, yeah. I'll
All right.
Gary's there being no. Over here.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes it a 16.
With a 16, you gather a number of things.
All right.
You begin to tilt the lenses around, zooming and observing various details. You see platoons of abominations. Many in varying shapes and sizes, scattering out in varying directions.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't see that fucking lightning.
A handful carry the flags with Jessica's insignia. You begin to look over some of the surrounding area, and you catch sight of something odd. Near what you presume must be the northeastern spire, you are currently on the southeastern spire, you see a scuffle. Abominations surround what look to be 3 individuals.
The bear man.
One of the abominations is absolutely torn to literal shreds by what at first appears to be a bear.
Let's go.
But you quickly recognize as Bear Man. However, Moments after, fractions of a moment after, you see a smaller figure put its hands to its head in pain. A smaller, child-sized humanoid in a bear outfit collapses to the ground.
Cowboy.
And Bearman rushes to its aid. The last fighter valiantly takes on the 3 remaining abominations.
And do I recognize the last fighter?
You watch as the kobold in white plate reclaimer armor shoots off gadgets and makes broad sweeping strikes with his sword. He appears to let out a yell as Q falls to the ground.
Like dead?
Falls to the ground. As the abominations move in, Bearman grabs the cub and seems to zip off out of sight, assisted by some manner of wrist-mounted device. 2 of the abominations head off in pursuit, as one begins to drag Q away.
Guys, come here.
What?
This doesn't look good.
What? I'm too upset about what Muhammad has said to me. I've been a bad disciple.
Jessica, it's okay. Maybe if you just made him a cheeseburger, it would have been fine, but I'm sure he forgives
How
you.
do I make him a cheeseburger?
I don't know, Jessica. It'll be okay.
No, Jessica, that was Thomas messing with you.
I don't know what Viper's talking about, Jessica. I swear to you, we gotta make this right to Bahamut.
We will.
We will, I promise.
You guys, I see the bear man. And the cub, the child, and Q.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I think they're gonna start searching all the spires.
Did you say Q?
Q?
Yeah, so they were fighting the abominations, and the boy, the child collapsed, and Bearman ran off, and Q started fighting the 3 of them alone, and he cried out in pain before collapsing, and his body is currently being dragged off, and I don't know if he's dead or if he's just unconscious, but that's what I've seen so far. I'm gonna look more.
You see the body being dragged and kind of follow the path that you presume the abomination is taking. And you begin to pour over Mount Heartland itself, searching for an entrance. It seems with each lightning strike, more and more abominations are appearing, but you cannot tell from where. Until your glass roams over just the right spot at just the right moment. You see an army of abominations march out of the literal rock face of the mountain. It would appear there is an illusion keeping the entrance hidden, as about 100 abominations march out.
Heading somewhere specific?
They're kind of gathering on the road right this second. There's not yet a clear direction, but they are clearly moving with purpose.
I think they're gonna start checking the spires after that bear man guy. We might be in some serious trouble.
Maybe make sure everyone has their invisibility cloak on, okay?
Okay, we gotta put the horses in the snow globe, I guess.
All right, here.
All right, Pikachu, it's just for a little bit, okay? Just getting a Pokeball.
Tony kind of seems excited.
It's just for a sec, okay, guys? Meg's in here. She's fine, and she's waiting for you.
They nod their heads.
Go ahead. Activate. Get in here. Yeah.
Yeah, you shake the snow globe, and they suddenly appear inside and begin to twerk with Meg.
Oh my god.
And I'm looking to see if I can see where they're headed or what's happening with the army.
You see a small group, about probably 4 in each direction, that do seem to be headed to the spires to check it out. However, the vast majority of this large platoon, as you watch them for the next couple of minutes, seem to begin heading south on the trail that you were on when you first came here. However, as you glance at them, you can't help but keep thinking about what lies inside of Mount Heart. And as you try to sear the secret entrance's location into your mind, you catch sight of something. Something big is moving fast across the face of the mountain. You all notice it. You don't even need the crystals to see it. But Viper, as you and Gary both peer through the crystals to get an amplified look, you focus in on the entrance just in time to see a massive bone devil skittering across the rocky surface. A kicking, screaming young goblin boy held over their shoulder.
This has been Your Honor. Your Honor features the vocal talents of Nicholas Benetatos as Gary Mogbile, Amanda Fernandez-Acosta as Barbara, Nicholas Palazzo as Thomas Phelps, Michael Pisani as Jessica Feltcher, and Hannah Schooner as Viper. The rest of the world is voiced by your DM, Giancarlo Herrera, with editing by Hannah Schooner and Giancarlo Herrera, and sound design by Giancarlo Herrera. If you'd like to support the show, consider checking out the links in the show notes, or go to patreon.com/Drimbus, where you can get access to hours of bonus content, exclusive merch, the chance to play with the crew, or submit items to the show, or have NPCs named after you. Oh, and don't forget to leave a review or make a post using #Drimbus to be entered for the chance to win a free Dungeons & Drimbus sticker. Thank you all so much for listening, and I do declare we'll see you all next week.